because we can't afford it. That is the bottom line. We just can't afford it. However, how are we to move forward without these events? What a difference they make, how they inspire us, educate us, and get to meet others in a similar position. It's very supportive to be here today, and so I would like to advocate for more of these events and more, even if it's not free, that the fees are reduced, because that's what we need. We need events just like this. I'll just tell you a little bit about myself and how the Beautiful Minds came about. I became a mental health carer when my youngest son was diagnosed with schizophrenia. And I still remember the impact of that diagnosis it had on all of the family, and especially my son. That was the day that my mental health carer journey began, and what a journey it has been. 17 years ago, I could never have imagined I would be standing here speaking to you. In fact, 17 years ago, I felt so devastated by my son's diagnosis, it was difficult to think about the following day, let alone the future. However, I soon realised to support my son into recovery, I needed mental health education. And that was the best thing I ever did, because I met other carers like you who were just struggling as much as I was. They were struggling with their loved ones. They were struggling with a mental health system that was under-resourced, overburdened, and unable to respond when needed. With my new carer friends, I attended many educations and workshops, and over time, attended a gazillion meetings, and over time, after much discussion, we decided that South West Sydney desperately needed a step-down mental health facility, so that people exiting acute units would have a place to go to support their recovery. A decision was taken in 2004 to form a committee, and we named it Beautiful Minds. It was a very humble beginning with 12 members, big ideas, a very big goal, a very small bank account. However, we did have an amazing partner organisation called One Door Mental Health. The old name for that was the Schizophrenia Fellowship of New South Wales. We finally found a room to meet, and we did an audit of our members, their skills, and decided street stalls, events and grant writing would raise the money needed to open a recovery centre. We thought it would take a lifetime to achieve. Little did we know our goal would be realised in just 4 years. In 2008, Harmony House Mental Health Recovery Centre opened its doors in Bradbury, Campbelltown. Since then, we have renovated Harmony completely inside, extended it twice, and landscaped the gardens, and we continue to support Harmony through funding celebrations, providing Christmas hampers and fulfilling their regular wish lists, which means members have a lovely place to be and staff are able to focus on what they do best, which is to support people into recovery. Beautiful Minds then turned their attention to Campbelltown Community Mental Health Centre, which was in dire need of some TLC. We met with staff and consumers, and together we came up with a plan to make changes that would create a more welcoming environment for patients, family and staff. We worked with members of Odyssey and Harmony House, carers, consumers in the community to create artworks, poetry spaces and to beautify the internal courtyards in that building. And wow, what a difference we made. Next were the acute mental health wards at Campbelltown Hospital. Now, I won't worry about my speech anymore, because what I want to say to you is I believe they are the fundamental change that needs to be made. They are not talked about nearly enough. However, in everything we have spoken about today, it comes back to that. It comes back to those places, those inpatient mental health facilities. That's where it all begins. However, they are under-resourced. They are forgotten places out the back of the building. They are overwhelming for carers and for consumers. They are grim. They are ugly. And they must be changed. So what can we do to do that? Beautiful Minds said, enough. The community said, why would you put money into this? They're going to knock those buildings down. The building they were talking about is still standing 8 years later. I can't not do something. I must, because if I don't, who will? And that's what I put to you today. If we don't act, who will? It's up to us to make the changes that are needed. It's up to us to say, this is not good enough. It is unacceptable. And we know it. My son went in once to an acute mental health unit. I never forgot it. And I intended to come back, and we have. And we have made amazing changes. We have changed something that was, we haven't changed at all. It's cosmetic what we do, but we do turn dust bowls into gardens. We do provide workshops. We pay for them, for the patients. So they don't sit around, as Lynn said. They have nothing to do. That is unacceptable. How is that recovery? It is not. And yet we accept it. Go and look at your mental health units and think about you being in there. And how do you feel when you leave the person you love in that place? We must change this, and we can. You will see the changes we have made to these places. And you can do it. You've just got to say enough and start. Just start. And not only when you advocate for yourself like that, you are advocating for your consumer, for the person you love. You are advocating for the staff in these units. What you don't realise often is your voice is the most powerful in this whole situation. And your bottom on a chair at a meeting, especially with health, is so important. That's where your voice needs to be. It changes things. It's possible. Believe it. Believe in yourself that you have power, because you do. You've just got to use it. I'd also like to say, sorry, I'm just a little bit passionate. And you know what I get out of this? What is fantastic for me is this, I call this active respite. Oh, the joy, the fulfillment of making the difference that we do is just overwhelming. The change you see in people when they feel their community cares. That's what we offer. We show their community, the people in those units, their community is caring for them because they're coming in there and they're doing real things. It's not rocket science. What we offer consumers is not just the service office and clinical care. We offer them social engagement, physical exercise. What else? Heaps of other stuff. Music. Gardens. You know, it's just, what you can do is just amazing. Just do it. Just do it. And you will feel so good. Nothing is better, in my opinion. And the other thing, you're also role modelling for the person you love. And that is so important. You're advocating. While you're advocating, you're role modelling for them. And it's time that we did more of that. And so you're saying to them, this is how you do it, and this is how much I love you. I'm going to change the world. So I think we have a PowerPoint. Oh, at Campbelltown we have 3. Did I say 3? We have 3 mental health acute units. We have a children's, adolescent and an adult. So we have a lot of work to do. We've done 2 units and we're up to the 3rd. And today's session has provided me with inspiration, I must say, from all the speakers in the room today, and also the fact of what we're missing. Beautiful minds do lots of work. However, what we're missing are some of those things that you've brought up today. So we need to go back and annoy everyone all over again and say, now what you need in this unit is for carers, all the different things that carers need. So thank you all for reminding me of those things. Thank you very much.